Welcome back to First Look, episode 11, and we're rattling them off this week. Some new gets, and just trying to basically give you guys first look at some of them. And this video is going to concentrate on the Rogue. We had a previous video on Legion from the same line, and this is from the Build the Colossus from the Age of Apocalypse line, as you can see from the logo. And this latest figure is Rogue, and she's going to come with couple of hands of Age of Apocalypse Colossus, and I must say I wasn't huge on this figure. I wasn't excited on there. I wanted the parts more, unlike Legion, who I have other versions of Rogue. Legion's first figure, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was very excited for that. This Rogue, at first glance, before she came out, I wasn't too keen on it, but actually in person it's a much better figure. So if you've seen this online and said, hey, maybe it's a couple different shades of green, maybe a little goofy, looking because it's more cartoony looking because of the art. I believe it was, I want to say Humberto Ramos, but correct me if I'm wrong. But again, I gotta say I am impressed, and I'm not so keen to sell this one loose after I get the Build-A-Figure part, because that's pretty much what I'm going for on these. The Apocalypse, looks like he's got the same type of sneer, and they just added the artwork to it, so actually very cool, as you can see the comparison with the Legion figure, which I have available to show you. And we'll just take a look here, as you can see, and tilt it back a little bit so you can get a better look. Again, it's got a little bit more cartoony look, and that's because of the artist, but I'm going to say I'm pleasantly surprised on that. Now, Target jammed this figure into there, as I get a lot of my pre-orders from Target. This was, so you can see the bad crease on it. Now, again, the plan is to open it for the Build-A-Figure part, as you can see the Build-A-Figure Age of Apocalypse Colossus. But yeah, I mean, when they smash these things in to the point of, this really should have been shipped in a larger box. They're not doing anybody else a favor, especially if they ruin the box if you're planning to keep it. So be aware of that, and that's happening, obviously, on some of these. Amazon is guilty as charged on that, and I've had some problems when Walmart sends if they even send you the right figure sometimes, and I've seen it happen there, but mostly Walmart's problem is sending you a different figure or different figure from an assortment. Amazon gives you trash packages, and Target's usually good in defense of them, but this one, not. This is on the store per shipper who sent it, and they shouldn't have jammed that in, but they ruined it. But for now, I'm keeping it. I do like this figure, like I said, a lot more than I originally thought I would. I was getting these for the Colossus, so it's not really the end of the world if they are like this, but still very, very annoying. But as it says, Marvel's Rogue. Rogue moves her way up the ranks of Magneto's X-Men, eventually leading a team of mutants to prevent the culling of mankind. Or humankind, excuse me. So, yes, that, I believe this was a Rogue that was in a relationship with the Age of Apocalypse Magneto, as he's got his braids, long hair. Very cool one. That one I'm definitely keeping. I love the Shadow Cat. Haven't received either of those yet. The Iceman, Sabretooth, Cyclops, kind of in the same boat as Rogue. I think those are going to be sold. If I can, maybe put them in a lot. Rogue, as of now, I'm keeping. I am a fan of Rogue. I would have to get an offer maybe to get rid of this. I think when I open her up, I'll really take a look at her. Same thing with Legion when we build the sucker. If you are looking for all the parts, Magneto, one of the cooler figures, does not come with any parts. So he's one I was definitely keeping too, and that makes it a little more challenging since I wanted him more to open too, and he doesn't even come with a part. So this line is cool. The Colossus, I am excited to see and build, and I think that's going to be a video in itself, so you can get a first look. Unfortunately, like anything, as you could tell in the last video, with the shipping delays and shipping containers really piled up on the West Coast, the problem is a lot of these figures, if you pre-order them, you just gotta play the long game. Like Target as a retailer, for example, may tell you, hey, you got to approve this delay, and I get a lot of emails on there, this line especially. I've only gotten 2 out of the large line, so as you could tell, there are still 5 more figures in this line that I'm yet to get. Only 4 for this Build-A-Figure, but as I said, I'm keeping the Magneto. So you got to be patient and play the long game. Excuse me. Now you could find them at other retailers too. I can't remember if one or two of these I did see at Walmart. They've raised in price, just so you know too. I think it started with this line, so these are now $21.99. That's another reason I was wishy-washy on it. The definite keepers going into the line were Legion for me and Shadowcat. Obviously Magneto, but he doesn't apply to the Build-A-Figure. So I really was wishy-washy on the others, because I mean at $21.99, this is, I mean, unless you find them on sale, it's a tough sell. I mean, you really got to like the Build-A-Figure. So I really want to see the Age of Apocalypse Colossus. I feel like with the distribution problems, if you get all of them, build them, and say you're on them, I think the resale value is really good, especially on the Build-A-Figure. And if you want to build a figure, then you open it. Otherwise, you have to kind of make the decision: do you keep them? And now, as of now, does Target cancel them? So I mean, you just don't know, and that's the tougher decision right now. So if they do get canceled, I got a couple sales on some of these, which helps. But that's the thing, $21.99. The price point's just going to keep going up, folks, with the price of plastic. So again, I think this might be a line that's difficult to get and build. So again, that's also a thing you got to worry about. Like, do you get him as an investment? Does he help pay for other wants of yours in your toy collecting? So something you got to think about. So as of now, I only have these two, so I can't even build Colossus as of now, if that's going to be a thing. So just to be aware of that. But I think if you do have an affinity for the Age of Apocalypse X-Men, you don't want to pass on these, folks, because distribution as of right now is not very good. So these are only two I have right now, but as you can tell, I do give a thumbs up for this Rogue, more so than I thought going in. She looks better in person than she did on the site. And I would say the same thing for Legion. Colors are very cool, and I like how they got the kind of different shades on his scrub. So highly recommending these so far, just from these two. So it's a thumbs up. So it's going to wrap it up for episode 11. And forgot to say this last episode, but please like, subscribe, share this video, and keep us going here. And hopefully we can pump out more of these for you. And if you're enjoying it, please drop a comment and say so. So there it is, the X-Men Age of Apocalypse line series going Build-A-Figure Colossus. I want to say going strong, but slowly but surely we got two of them here. And we'll see you guys next time.